This is the POCO M7, and it's the brand's latest offering in the entry-level segment. Coming in at just under 7,499 pesos, this guy highlights a solid battery life out of a budget phone. Spoiler alert! It packs a large 7,000 mAh battery that lasts for days. And this kind of gives you an idea who the POCO M7 is made for. But how does it fare against another one of Xiaomi's offering, particularly the Redmi Note 14? It now sits around the 8,000 peso price range, which isn't that far to POCO M7's price. That said, it's just fair to take both in for a comparison review and to find out which is the better pick. Hello from the other side, CJ here, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off with the looks. Both of our units come in this matte black colorway, albeit the differences come in sizing, form, and camera island design. The POCO M7 is a bit on the hefty side, weighing 214 grams and has a display measuring 6.9 inches diagonally. While its frame is flat all around, there's a slight curvature on the edges, so it won't strain your hand during prolonged use. At the rear, you'll see the oval-shaped camera island and a rather sizable POCO moniker right here. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 14 has a flat edge design, which I personally prefer, and I bet most of you prefer this design as well. It's a bit lighter, weighing around 197 grams, and has a smaller screen at 6.67 inch diagonally. There's a square camera island module at the back housing 3 camera sensors. I also like the fact that the Redmi branding is a bit more subtle here. Like I said earlier, both phones come in a matte finish, making them less prone to smudges. Both also use an all-plastic build with respective IP ratings for dust and water resistance. The POCO comes with IP64, while the Redmi comes with IP54. As for biometric security, the POCO M7 uses a side-mounted fingerprint sensor, and the Redmi Note 14 uses an under-display sensor, with both also having face unlock. So if I have to choose in terms of design, I would certainly go for the Redmi Note 14. It's a bit more compact and arguably has better aesthetics than the POCO M7. But hey, at the end of the day, design is still subjective. So I'm giving a point to both phones this round. Flip both phones over and we're greeted by different display panels. The POCO M7 uses a 6.9-inch IPS LCD panel with Full HD Plus resolution and up to 144Hz refresh rate. Yup, you heard that right. It uses an IPS LCD screen, which is a bit of a bummer considering other options in this price range already feature an AMOLED display. That includes the Redmi Note 14 sporting a 6.67-inch AMOLED panel, also the Full HD Plus resolution running at 120Hz. Plus, there's an added layer of protection with the Gorilla Glass 5 on top. I also want to point out the Redmi's relatively thinner chin as compared to POCO's. Now, talking about the visual experience, it's as you'd expect. You get better quality on the Redmi Note 14, providing more vivid colors, greater contrast, and deeper blacks. The experience on the POCO M7 is not that bad though. Viewing angles are good and the colors are still vibrant at least. While both phones support Widevine L1 for HD streaming on Netflix, the Redmi Note 14 is able to stream videos at 1440p resolution. The POCO M7 is capped at 1080p. When it comes to audio quality, the Redmi Note 14 has another advantage here. It features dual stereo speakers that make listening and viewing experience a bit more immersive. Its overall soundstage is decent with clear highs and mids along with Dolby Atmos, though the bass is not as punchy to my liking. Meanwhile, the POCO M7 offers a similar quality, but the sound gets muffled at max volumes. Adding salt to the wound, it only features a single speaker setup. Interestingly, POCO removed the 3.5mm headphone jack for some reason, so users may have to rely on wireless earbuds for the M7. Meanwhile, the Redmi Note 14 fortunately retains the headphone jack, and that's always a plus in our book. With that, it's just fair to give the point to the Redmi Note 14, mainly thanks to its AMOLED screen and stereo sound. Now, let's talk about performance. Powering the POCO M7 is the good old Snapdragon 685 chip and comes with 6GB of RAM and 128GB of expandable storage, at least for the unit that we have here. As for the Redmi Note 14, It's equipped with a MediaTek Helio G99 Ultra, and our unit comes with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of expandable storage. Taking a look at our benchmark results, Redmi performs relatively better across the board. The phone achieved the highest score of over 400K in Antutu as compared to POCO's 360K points. The same goes for the graphic-intensive tasks like 3D Mark and Geekbench GPU, with the Redmi Note 14 gaining higher numbers. That means it's relatively better at handling games. For casual games like Mobile Legends, Asphalt, and even Roblox, both phones can easily handle such games with ease. However, as you'd expect with entry-level devices, they won't perform as smoothly with more demanding titles like Zenless Zone Zero. Despite that, navigation and doom scrolling feel smooth for both, and they should be suitable enough for your day-to-day use. So based on the numbers, the Redmi Note 14 does have the slight advantage, especially in graphical tasks. However, for the most part, you'd barely notice any difference in terms of performance overall. That said, I'm giving this round a tie. Moving on to cameras, the Redmi Note 14 has a more flexible setup. There are 3 cameras at the rear consisting of a 108MP main shooter, a 2MP depth, and another 2MP sensor for macro shots. Then for selfies, it gets a 20MP shooter up front. On the other hand, the POCO M7 gets a single 50MP sensor at the back and an 8MP selfie shooter. While we say that higher megapixel count doesn't always equate to better image quality, in this case, it obviously does. Perhaps because Redmi is using better cameras. Shots have more detail on the Redmi Note 14 as compared to the POCO M7, with seemingly more apparent noise and softer detail. Selfies taken from the Redmi also benefit from a higher megapixel count, offering a slightly more detailed image. Color reproduction is good for both phones. However, POCO struggles to cover a good amount of dynamic range. With the addition of a macro lens, the Redmi Note 14 also offers better macro shots. As for video, both phones are capped to 1080p recording. However, only the Redmi can shoot at 60 frames per second. The Redmi is still able to deliver better quality in this regard with better contrast and colors, including some level of image stabilization, particularly EIS. Therefore, the Redmi Note 14 earns the point this round, providing better image and video capabilities. Next, we gotta talk about the battery life, and this is where the POCO M7 really shines. Like I said earlier, this guy has a massive 7000 mAh of battery capacity, and that's big enough to last up to 3 days on a single charge with typical use, of course. In fact, our PCMark battery test can vouch for us, with POCO M7 surpassing 22 hours and 40 minutes of runtime. As for the Redmi Note 14, we still got a decent number. It packs a 5500 mAh unit, and in the same battery benchmark test, the phone lasted 14 hours and 44 minutes. That's not bad for a phone with that amount of battery capacity. Both phones come with a 33-watt charging brick in the box, so that's a nice inclusion that we really hope that all brands should do, regardless of the market segment. Anyways, there's still no bypass charging to be seen here, so there's that. In the battery department, the POCO M7 indeed earns the point this round. Software-wise, the POCO M7 runs on Xiaomi HyperOS 2 based on Android 15. Meanwhile, the Redmi Note 14 did ship with Android 14 out of the box, but it's now also running HyperOS 2 on top of Android 15. In terms of looks, you can see how different Xiaomi treats its sub-brands. For example, the icons are rounded on the POCO, and the design is a bit outdated to my liking. Not to mention, the control/notification panel is still using the old MIUI design, and there's no way to change it in the settings, at least for now. As for the Redmi, the icon design matches that of the higher-end Xiaomi number series, and that's something I hope they would streamline to all their devices, including POCO's. Both phones come with similar features and software capabilities, and so are the ads and bloatware. Sure, they can be disabled and removed altogether by turning off recommendations in the app settings, uninstalling them manually, or using third-party tools. However, this could be something that the average user might find annoying in the long run. Speaking of longevity, the Redmi Note 14 is promised to get longer support, with 4 major OS upgrades and 6 years of security patches. Sadly, POCO did not mention any software pledge for the POCO M7, but users can expect at least 2 major OS upgrades and 4 years of security patches. Connectivity-wise, both get the essentials, including 4G cellular, Wi-Fi 5, NFC, and a feature that's pretty much a staple for all Xiaomi devices: the IR Blaster. That said, we pay more attention to software upgrades, and with the Redmi Note 14 having longer support, I'll give it the point this round, leaving Redmi with a 2-point advantage. So with all the pros and cons out on the table, let's now answer the question, which one is the better pick? That would definitely be the Redmi Note 14. It offers a better AMOLED display with stereo audio, better camera performance, and longer software pledge. All that for an affordable price that's not too far from the competition. Right now, you can get the Redmi Note 14 at a discounted price of 7,999 pesos. It retails for 8,999 pesos for reference. On the other hand, the POCO M7 counters with its unbeatable battery life. It's great for those who just want a phone that lasts, without needing to recharge as often. It's best to get this phone while it's still selling at an introductory price for as low as 5,850 pesos. The POCO M7 retails for 7,499 pesos, for context. Long story short, if your budget is limited to just under 6K, then the POCO M7 is a decent choice. But if you have more cash to spare, then the Redmi Note 14 is the way to go. Ultimately, the choice is always yours. So there you have it. What do you think of this comparison between the POCO M7 versus the Redmi Note 14? Are you Team Redmi or Team POCO, at least in this comparison? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you find this video helpful or informative, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on any of our future uploads. Follow us on the socials such as Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. And visit yogatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this has been CJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye! See you later! Oh! Once again, this has been CJ, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye! See you later!